eaten.
The first dish, it was served to me in Singapore by one of the best chefs in the world. It is waku gin, marinated botan shrimp with sea urchin, custard, and the finest Osetra caviar in the world.
Jeez, it's pretty impressive.
Your next choice, for me, has so many great warm memories associated with it. It's a dish that my grandpa Franny made with me when I was about 12 years old. We went out crabbing in the Chesapeake Bay. My grandfather's soft shell crab sandwich. This has the most important connection with myself.
The next dish was, in fact, made by a phenomenal, elderly, toothless lady, Mrs. G. Hai. We were on a tiny boat on a floating fish market on the Mekong Delta in the middle of a monsoon in Vietnam. This bowl of Hu Chu Mai, a stunning, delicious, slow-cooked pork noodle soup. This, James, is the greatest dish I've ever eaten. Please, James, step up and come and taste all three dishes.
Where to begin?
So first, you need to try waku gin.
I mean, the creaminess of the sea urchins marred with that amazing saltiness of that Osetra caviar.
It's like a roller coaster.
Now you can try this.
The crab between two slices of bread is just incredible.
Incredible.
James, jump in.
Absolutely. The broth is mind-blowing. It's like an assault of flavor right away.
Remember, James, you're not having dinner. You're creating a strategy to win this competition.
Oh, I am.
What an amazing treat.
For your second advantage, you will now get to choose which one of these three dishes everybody out there will have to replicate.
Who's the biggest target?
I think out of everybody, I think Luca's my prime candidate.
Which dish are you going to give to all four of your fellow competitors?
I choose.
That's right, everybody. Not only did James gain immunity, he also got the chance to make a critical decision.
In the pantry, we gave James the choice of three incredibly meaningful dishes. Meaningful because they were the greatest dishes that each one of us have ever eaten.
The dish that James chose, that dish is my dish. The most amazing Vietnamese pork noodle broth.
It's got the most ingredients. It's the most complex. The broth is insane. Layering the flavors is going to be insane. I don't think anyone's going to replicate this thing.
Before you head into that pantry, I'd like all four of you to come up here and sample this incredible broth. There you go. Dive in.
I'm terrified about the Vietnamese soup. And we have to recreate those flavors just tasting the dish.
Chrissy, what do you think of the broth?
I have no idea, what these flavors are that I'm tasting. I'm in big trouble.
Trying the soup, you have to use your palate to the extreme to figure out what spices in there. If you forget one thing, you could be screwed.
Excited?
Yes, chef.
No.
You want to go home?
I don't know how to make this
Chrissy,
food.
Just taste it.
Use your brain. You're a
I
good cook.
am,
Figure
but
it
I'm
out.
really nervous.
Okay, you will all have 5 minutes in the pantry to gather everything you need to replicate this great dish. If you forget anything, as always, you can't go back.
Make sure it's good, because I've been waiting years to relive that memory. Don't leave me disappointed.
Your 75 minutes starts now.
In the pantry, it's really a very tough moment because you need to go through your head, remembering the flavors that you felt in your mouth, and make sure that I can put these flavors together.
So I'm in the pantry, and I noticed that everybody kind of has the same things in their basket. So I felt like I cheated on a test in high school or something, but I have to. I got to keep myself alive.
Nice. Wow. Good.
What could be the most fundamental error a home cook is making now in the beginning of this soup?
Where it becomes so spicy, you can't identify the sweetness, the sourness, and those vegetables. And if that spice kills that pork butt, you're in danger. The secret tonight is how they infuse that stock, how you blend those spices. That's why you never season this thing at the beginning. It's done through moments. The minute you ignore it for 15 minutes, you've got a completely different profile.
Looking everywhere in my basket, I'm looking all over, and I don't have garlic. Garlic is extremely crucial for this dish. I'm pretty much screwed at this moment. I know that Luca has garlic looking behind me, but we don't care for each other one bit. He's my biggest rival. So, dare I ask him, Luca, can I use some garlic? Luca, can I use some garlic? Thank you very much.
Natasha asked me for some garlic. Why should I not give it to Natasha? That's not the way I am. That's not the way I want to win.
Tasha forgot garlic.
It'd be really hard to ever come back from that.
She asked Luca, and Luca just handed it over to her.
You may live to regret that.
I know how to make soup. I've just never dealt with these flavors before, so I'm going to do my best. I'm definitely not giving up.
Someone's going home, and in a perfect world, Natasha would go home.
While they're down there cooking away, I'm already in the top 4, so my confidence level's going through the roof. Professionally, I'd like to see Luca leave, because he's the best competitor down there. Personally, I'd like to see Natasha leave. If I get rid of one of those two today, I consider it a victory.
Right, Natasha,
Yes, chef.
how you feeling?
I'm okay.
That smells nice. What have you got in there?
I've got some ginger, some star anise, some cinnamon, some cloves.
That smells delicious. Get that in 2 or 3 pans, start reducing that down so you can gain time rather than lose time.
Yes, chef.
Okay? Good luck.
Yes, chef.
Luca, what's in this pan?
Cinnamon, star anise, black peppercorns. I didn't season it yet because I know they're reducing it.
Why don't you put salt in it? What's the matter with you?
Okay, I'm putting the salt. Then you're gonna tell me it's too salty.
I don't want
Without
too much
the
salt.
salt?
I want it to be the right amount.
I know.
Salt is like a magnifying glass
Okay.
for flavor.
Okay, you're right.
Come here. You gave her the garlic? Yes. What's the matter with you?
If I go home tonight, it's not gonna be because I gave her the garlic.
You sure?
Honestly, I don't really care what the other people is going to do. I just want to have the best dish over here, save myself, go up there, and relax.
Good luck, Luca.
Thank you.
Right, how you doing?
I'm doing my best, chef.
What have you done with the pork?
I seared it off, and it is in the pressure cooker.
Do you think you can nail this?
Trying my best here.
When you come across something that you don't like, why turn your nose up at something so delicious?
No, I didn't turn my nose up. I was afraid of it.
You're good. Out your comfort zone. Stop doubting yourself. So adapt. You'll surprise yourself. Okay?
Got it.
Come on.
I want some spice.
Jesse, how we
Hey,
doing?
chef. Doing good?
Does this dish scream social circle or what?
Not at all.
This is your broth right here? Mm-hmm. Not very much of it.
I know. There's not very much.
Why is it so acidic? You already had the
I
lime?
just squeezed some lime in there right before.
Remember, lime is it's just like when you're cooking a piece of fish. Last second, just to brighten it up. The more it cooks, it starts getting bitter.
Gotcha.
Good luck.
It smells incredible.
Love that pork stock.
I mean, it absolutely smells incredible.
Some good dishes out there.
Very good dishes out there. I mean, Natasha is absolutely nailing it. 2 pans on with the broth. One that's a natural broth, one that's already a fragrant broth, and she's reducing and adding all the time. Almost like a risotto. Every time, a little ladle.
Jessie, being from Georgia, none of these flavors are there, but she's always on this boat, right?
Yeah.
She's stewarding it.
Yeah.
And you're going to the Caribbean. You've got all those spices, chili, cilantro, a lot of those herbs that are in there, right?
Chris's tastes nice. It's got that hearty flavour. It's got no garnish in there yet. It's got no pork butt in there, but it's got a nice base to it.
A good Italian cook knows how to make a great chicken stock. If you just take the Asian version of a chicken stock, you can turn the soup into something that's good. You understand how to extract flavor. It's very difficult to judge, though, because with so many different stock pots, the formula that comes together at the last minute when they serve it to us is the one we
It's
judge.
like a potion.
James, from up there, who is looking good right now?
I think out of everybody, Luca's looking the best.
Seconds to go. Come on. Start assembling that amazing dish. Taste that broth before it goes in the bowl, guys. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, stop. Hands in the air. Wow. That was a tough dish to replicate. Okay, first up, Natasha, let's go, please.
It looks like it's in well proportion as far as the vegetable, noodle, pork, maybe a little more pork, but I like the color that you got on it. You seared it all the way around before putting it in.
Yep, all the way around.
The broth is a little sweet for me. Everything else is great. That pork shoulder, the braise, all the vegetables, everything's in proportion. But that broth, that should be the star, it's kind of like a supporting role.
Okay.
But I think that overall, everything in here cooked perfectly. The flavors are all there. Good job.
Pork is delicious. It's cooked beautifully. Did you add any of the pork juices into your broth?
I added just a couple tablespoons.
It's slightly missing on that sourness, just to sort of balance that sweetness, that caramelized sort of stock. However, you got the right balance of the pork to the noodles. Vegetables, stunning. It's good. It's very good. Thank you.
It has good depth of flavor, but did you not have any salt on your station?
No, I did.
Why didn't you put any in here?
I put salt. I just didn't put enough.
The lack of salt makes it taste sweeter than it even is.
Yeah.
I applaud the effort. The dish is good, but is it good enough to keep you in the competition?
I'm not ready to leave this competition.
Natasha's dish looked pretty good. I think the judges are like on the fence, but at this point, everyone is a great cook. And right now, there's a good chance she could go home.
I applaud the effort. The dish is good, but is it good enough to keep you in the competition?
I'm not ready to leave this competition.
Thank you, Natasha.
All right, next up, please, Luca. The color's incredible.
Thank you.
That's perfect. That's nice sear on the pork. Everything's in proportion. The flavor overall, it's got the heat from the chili, the underlying spice that you've toasted off there. And I love the herbaceous notes with basil kind of going throughout there. It's amazing to see how much you are learning and taking that and gaining confidence along the way. And you're getting into a rhythm, and you're starting to temper it and kind of balance and taste and go, and you are in the zone. This is really good. This is a great dish. You should be really, really proud. Good job.
Thank you.
See, this is so close to that amazing, salty, sweet, spicy, delicious broth. Honestly, just takes me back to that boat in Vietnam. Mind blown. The smell is incredible. I love the energy that you put into it. You're really seriously hitting the mark. Great job.
Thank you.
Seriously, honestly.
Next, we'd like to try Jesse, please. This looks like a beautiful soup.
Thank you.
The broth itself is beautiful, right thickness. This has depth in spades. It's very complex, it's layered, it's really good. I did taste the soup that Gordon made, and in my opinion, this is very damn close to that soup.
It's delicious. It's fragrant, it's spicy, but it's got that crunch because the vegetables are raw. If there was one thing I'd like to kick back on, it's the sourness. The lime should have been at the end. However, it's a bloody good effort. I just love the way you fight back every time. Every challenge, you're nailing it.
Thank you.
Well done.
All right, next up, please. Chrissy.
I don't particularly enjoy Asian food. I've never been so intimidated or nervous in my life. I really tried, and I think I did all right.
Ah, you got everything in there. Chilies, cilantro, basil, lime, carrots, bamboo. I didn't think you were gonna get all in there. So, not a big fan of Vietnamese food or just not exposed to it as much?
I've never been exposed to it.
The flavors are all there. The negative would be that it's overspiced. I wish that it was a little more concentrated in flavor. But I think that overall, everything in here is cooked perfectly, and everything else is equally balanced, and it's a very valiant effort. Good job.
Thanks.
It has a lot of heat. I get like a spice on the outside of my tongue, on the front palate immediately. But ultimately, it's very complex. It's layered. It has a lot of flavoring in the broth itself. I think it's a good effort. I think it's kind of indicative of your trajectory and your journey here. Yes, you're trying. Are you hitting it on all levels? No. But this is a pretty impressive effort.
Thanks.
You know, too many noodles, slightly lighter in color, less fragrant than I would prefer, slightly too spicy, but the foundation's there. So, have you ever thought about the biggest problem in your cooking? It's you. Break down the barriers. You're so tense about, not for me, I'm gonna stick to my comfort food in Philly. Get out of that and open your mind. You'll surprise yourself because you can cook. That is a good effort. Thank you. Mind blown, all of you, because I'm struggling to find a lot of fault across all these dishes. Spectacular performance by all four of you, but you just made it more difficult for us. Therefore, we need a minute, please. Damn.
So difficult decision.
It's very tough, because we are all very good.
I'm just proud of myself that I got close on the dish.
Yeah, that's good. We all did, and we should all be proud of ourselves.
Please let Natasha go home. It's time.
Natasha's knife skills and vegetables were great.
Yeah.
They look professional.
But she spent too much time being technical.
Right.
We get a little nervous because they've liked everyone's dish. The smallest little mistake could send someone packing. Anyone could go home today.
Yeah, tough, very, very tough, especially when it gets down to this four. I thought it was going to be too sour, and it wasn't sour. It was absolutely on the button.
He made a base and then took that pork stock that was cooking down and mixed them all up like an alchemist.
The longer it sits there, the better it got. It was so close. I mean, you know, not a clear worse.
Right.
There's not, yeah, tough, very, very tough, especially when it gets down to this four.
The judges liked everyone's dish. And I'm kind of looking around, and I'm realizing, I'm like, I have no idea who could go home from this.
Jesse, Chrissy, Luca, Natasha, please come down to the front. Jesse, Luca, please step forward. Both of you did an amazing job. Two very delicious dishes that were millimeters off the mark of what I experienced in Vietnam. We have to pick a winner. Luca, congratulations.
Thank you.
On the best dish of the night. Both of you, congratulations.
Thank you.
You're in the top 4. Off we go. Well done.
You know, as much as I don't get along with Chrissy and there's things that I can't stand about her, I feel as though deep down in my heart that we just don't deserve to go home.
Natasha, Chrissy, again, 2 strong performances. That was an extraordinary challenge. You both came up with stunning dishes. This is where it's very hard for us, but we have to make a very tough decision. Natasha, you cook like a dream. You've wowed us on so many occasions. You have the technical ability to cook like a professional chef. Chrissy, you've been in all the pressure tests, yet you fight back. If anyone confirms food's about an emotional journey, you're the one. This is one of the most difficult decisions we've ever had to make. Chrissy. You're going upstairs. Feel safe. Please, join the rest.
I'm sorry. Diego, guess what?
Natasha, tonight was an extraordinary challenge. And all 4 of you put in an amazing performance. It is so difficult and so unfair because you produced a great dish. Natasha, this is just way too close to call. You are joining everybody else on the balcony because you do not deserve to go home. I am sorry. The dish was that good, and we cannot split the performance that all of you put in tonight. It was that close.
You were that good.
Get upstairs and join the rest of them.
It's been extremely challenging to put aside my family and focus on something other than them. But seeing that MasterChef title and being so close to it has just put everything into perspective of why I'm really here. That's all I want to go home with, is that title.
That is the first time in the history of this competition that we cannot decide who put out the weakest dish this evening. All of you pulled off a virtual miracle. Get some rest, because next time you see us, if you thought that was pressure, we've just gone up to a different level. Good night.